Last year's Pride Parade was a crowded and rousing success. Kelly Robinson was surprised when Capital Pride approached her to be Grand Marshal for this year's edition of the parade.
They were like, we really, love your advocacy, how you use your voice and how authentic you are, and we would really love for you to come join us for Capital Pride. And so
they are a Cree Filipino Two-Spirit actress and model
I would love to.
Who says the decision to release the solidarity statement came after extensive meetings with Pride community members.
There were a lot of discussions with other organizations around Ottawa, like there's Queers for Palestine and like a bunch of other, like I think also Palestinians in healthcare in Ottawa, and they all came together and they have been talking about everything that's been going on across the world. And I think Pride really saw that, and they wanted to be able to be like, hey, like I want to let you know that I support this, I'm with you guys.
But the solidarity statement has led to a number of people and organizations boycotting this year's Pride Parade. This includes Ottawa's Mayor Mark Sutcliffe, Carleton University, Loblaws, the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario, and the Liberal Party of Canada. A sticking point for a number of groups is characterizing what Palestinians are experiencing by Israeli forces as genocide. But Robinson says there is no question it is a genocide.
And what people tend to do when genocides are talked about is they kind of make it about themselves, when that's not the case. We're just trying to acknowledge what's happening and to share support on it, and it doesn't mean that we're trying to tear other people down in that sense. And I think some people took it as like an attack on them, which I don't believe that was what Capital Pride was trying to do at all.
Patience Blush is a local indigiqueer burlesque dancer who is also part of the Pride Parade. They agree the parade has always been a platform to stand up for those experiencing oppression, including Palestinians.
Right, we should be talking about it. We should be, amplifying the voices of marginalized communities. And so, yeah, I think Pride's kind of was like, all right, like let's take a step in the right direction and let's do this. Like, we hear our community, we see you. So let's make sure that they feel supported.
Blush adds, in particular, many Indigenous people feel they have no choice but to stand up for Palestine.
The existence of a group of people is currently right now being erased. And that's a genocide. Like, we need to stop that. And so I think a lot of Indigenous people are like, these are people who are Indigenous to their land, who are going through something that we, went through. And we also know the long-term effects of this.
Groups boycotting the parade also say that by releasing the solidarity statement, Pride organizers have created an unsafe space for the Jewish community. But Robinson says this couldn't be further from the truth.
I think Pride is one of the safest places I have ever encountered. Pride is a place to be able to be yourself and to celebrate each other and to uplift one another. It has never been a place of harming people, of putting others down. It's always been about creating space and uplifting voices.
The original parade route had to be cut in half. The reduced police presence cited as the reason. Fraser Needham, APTN National News, Ottawa.